All right, let's get into.
Let's go to Animal House. I want to do something that makes me happy.
I'm going to sort it out.
All right, we're going to sort this out. I want to touch on this, a couple other things real quick. Jupiter's Legacy. This is a Netflix TV show. It's basically another superhero show.
Yeah.
And wearing the headphones and talking is tough, isn't it?
No, I have TMJ, so like
but this
my
doesn't
jaw
help
is kind of.
It doesn't help because it pushes down on it a little bit.
Very little helps with it. It's horrible.
So Jupiter's Legacy is another superhero show that's kind of a little bit more R-rated. And at first, when I started watching it, I haven't finished the series yet, but I'm close. I only have like an episode or two left. When I first started watching the episode, I was like, "This is the dumbest thing that the way that." Was it Josh Duhamel?
Josh Duhamel?
Josh Duhamel?
Yeah.
However you pronounce his name. I think he's the lead character, the lead superhero.
That's a pretty looking man right there.
He's like a woodsy man.
Yes.
Like builds a log cabin kind of man.
Yeah, I like if I had like a man crush, it'd be like guys like him and like Timothy Olyphant's. That's what I want to look like when I get older. It's not going to happen.
Pretty though.
He is. I loved him in Scream 2.
Yeah, he's pretty, whereas Josh Duhamel.
Yeah, Duhamel.
I can't say his name. Josh Duhamel is more of a rugged man.
He is.
Like he's like
he can wield an axe.
Yeah,
he can wield an axe. Yeah.
So he's like the lead superhero, and I think after the second episode, like after you get through those two, it really starts to click, and you start to get into it, and it's like I'm very intrigued by this, and I've been, more than mildly entertained by it. Not so much that like the Umbrella Academy or The Boys, like those are like. Yep. I need to watch every episode as fast as possible. This one I can kind of whatever, just take my time. But I've been enjoying it. It's been a decent. I would probably give it like a 6.5 out of 10. Good, okay. Not great. But I will say, Mitchell's vs. the Machines animated movie, Sony, similar style to Miles Morales, Spider-Man, the multiverse. It's a very similar style of animated movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is tremendous. I absolutely loved it. It's hilarious. It has those heartfelt moments. It also gives shine to the LGBTQ community because the main character, the teen girl, is seemingly a lesbian, and they out her at the end of the movie. Like I don't think you really know it because I didn't see like the first couple minutes because my kids turned it on and were watching it while I was, getting stuff ready for the movie. And but so I don't know if they actually said something at the beginning, but the movie is absolutely hilarious. It's about basically kind of like Apple taking over, Siri taking over. And the family has to like save the earth, save the world.
Wow.
It's tremendous. I highly recommend watching it. So
it is so choice. If you have the means, I highly recommend it.
It's a good movie. I would say I would give that an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very, very good. Maybe more. Maybe more. I need to watch it maybe one more time.
You did a poll about the Snake Eyes trailer, right?
Yes, I did. And we're going to get into that right now. Snake Eyes trailer isn't getting as much traction. Let's see what we got here. Sports and Swords. Let's get to Snake Eyes. I said, after the Snake Eyes teaser trailer, are you fired up for the movie? Go Joe or G.I. No. So as of right now, everybody that's voted, yes. There's only been like several votes. So, but everybody's happy about it. I'm happy about it. What's the matter about it? You okay?
I'm fine. I can hear Lex upstairs whining about something.
I can hear him a little bit too. He's probably go check.
He's very upset.
Yeah, he's very mad. Go up there and he's gonna throw you against the wall. Like, Dada! I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna stay a Packer.
He is physical, and you can hear him. He's a handful.
He's imposing.
He is imposing. He's thick. Wow. Do you hear him? it's like a rhino up there. Then you got Yoda barking too.
Yeah.
Life
Yoda's
is
not small either, is it?
No, that's a big dog.
Yeah.
That's a big boy. Yeah. So then you got him barking at God knows what, probably the FedEx guy or UPS man or whatever. Or maybe even the DHL guy. They're still around, you know. Can't believe that.
All right, so let's get into. I'm very excited for Snake Eyes.
Yeah, me too.
I like the trailer. It was really too short to really get too much.
It's a teaser.
Yeah, I am very excited about all these martial art movies. I am loving it. Like I love the martial arts in, Mortal Kombat. It's not a great movie, but I'm hopeful for the future.
Yeah, but we both liked it.
Yeah, I'm hopeful for the future. Like, I liked how they set it up with I'm guessing the little bit of money that they had to make the movie. Yeah. And I'm hoping that they can, continue with like a storyline like they kind of had at the beginning and keep that flowing throughout, and do it that way. Instead of just being kind of like,
I still think, given the basis point for what that movie was, which was a video game about a tournament, I still think that movie was almost probably as good as it could have been.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of anxious to see what.
Except for the fact that there wasn't an actual tournament in it. That's the part.
That's what we need.
That's right. That's what you want.
You got to get the people together. I don't care if you want to have some side movies and stuff like that. Like that was entertaining. You could go a little deeper into some of these characters, like Scorpion. Like
maybe that was the idea.
Give me a preview of what Scorpion and Sub-Zero were like before this battle that they had.
Right. Like that's like, see, because I get. Could you maybe call this Mortal Kombat almost like somewhat of an origin, because you got a lot of it in there, it's a prequel basically, and maybe that's right, and maybe that's what Mortal Kombat 2 is then. Maybe that's the tournament, because or is it the search for Johnny Cage? I don't know.
And I hope they need to get to the tournament. They can't prolong this too much because you're going to lose fans. You got to get
That's what right. The tournament is right. Like Mortal Kombat 2, and if there's a 3, should both be tournament.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
And they could have side movies, like go ahead, have a movie where you go and seek out Johnny Cage and like end up having to fight him, or and all that kind of, like, or show him like like the Shang Tsung and all these people coming after Johnny Cage and like having some battles that way. Like go ahead, do that. Yeah. But don't call it Mortal Kombat.
Right. You need the tournament.
Call it the search for Johnny Cage or something. I don't know.
All right. Let's move on.
Yep. Now, recast a movie. We got it here. You ready?
This one was hard for me. Well, again, this is my favorite comedy of all time, but I, as you know, couldn't just go 5-7 characters deep. I basically went like the whole damn thing.
You basically did like the whole.
I went bonkers. But I will, once we get past our first top 5, 6, 7.
I'm going to go into it real quick.
I will run down the others very quick.
So I did Otter, Boone, Bluto, Katie, Wormer, Professor Jennings, and Pepperidge.
Flounder?
No, Mandy Pepperidge.
Mandy Pepperidge. Okay, okay, good. All right, I'll be curious to see if we have any in common here. I think we might. I think we're gonna have one or two. I'll
start first. Okay. I'll start with. Who do you want to start with first? Does it matter?
No,
I think we'll end with Bluto.
You call it, because there's yes. Okay, sure.
Sure. So I'm going to start off with Otter, who was played by Eric Stratton. He was 31 years old when he did the role. I found somebody who was 31 years old and also can play this kind of.
No, I think you meant he was played by Tim Matheson. Eric Stratton.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, Eric Stratton was his name.
He played Eric Stratton.
Yeah.
Tim Matheson. Yes.
And I found somebody that was also 31.
Okay.
And similar look. I think he could pull it off. I think he can pull off the suave kind of character, like not really suave, a little suave. I would say a little suave. Okay. Taron Egerton.
Oh, good. Very nice. That's a good start.
He's a little buff, a little too buff, but
that's okay.
Lean down a little bit, and but he has that. He's kind of cool. He's kind of a cool guy. Got a little bit of a look to him. Like you're like, yeah, I want to see what this guy's up to.
I like it.
You can see him being a ladies' man. He's already done it in Kingsman.
Yes. So for Eric Stratton, Otter, I actually tried to go younger. Like I tried to go in like the vein of college, early 20s, right?
I tried to keep it close to their age because I was like, he was 31. I was like, and you could tell.
Yes, you could. Yes. I mean, everybody in that movie was like,
they're all like 30.
I went for Eric Stratton, the role of Otter. I went Logan Lerman, who, if you don't know who he is, Percy Jackson.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I like his look. I think he could pull that role off really well. And I loved him as Percy Jackson. I got to be honest.
That's a solid one. I like that.
So there you go. Logan Lerman.
All right. So
who's next?
Let's do Boone.
Boone.
This one I got. So he was 31.
Katie's boyfriend and the somewhat dorky sidekick of Otter.
Yeah.
I would call him dorky. I shouldn't call
Peter
him
Riegert. Is that what his name is?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
He was 31 when he played him.
Yep.
I got a guy who's 34. He's still relatively young, but I feel like he could get into this persona. They have similar looks, not as tan, but similar looks. He's also a little bigger, but I think that you could play to his kind of comedic verbiage.
Sure.
And that's Miles Teller.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. That's a good one. That's good. He looks. See, if I had gone a little bit older, that would have been that's like the perfect pick. I like that pick a lot. I went with the guy from Ready Player One, Ty Sheridan.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He was my Boone, Ty Sheridan.
Yeah.
Ready Player One. I liked the look. I kind of felt like he could slide into that role.
Yeah. I like that. It's a good one.
So. Yeah, like I said, I went a little bit younger here. Well, with the obvious exceptions of guys like Dean Wormer, I went with the Dean Wormer one. We're gonna have fun with because you and I both had similar situations there where we switched.
We kind of because I had two characters. We kind of talked about that real briefly. We didn't give who he was. I kind of gave my original pick. To him, and then I just kind of said, but it came out to be somebody different. I said it was going to be a different race. And
Right.
That's where. Right. So
I did the same thing. That's funny that we did that.
All right. So I have. Let's do Katie.
Sure.
This one for me is a little bit. It's probably a bigger age gap, but it's still close. But I feel like the look between the two are so similar, and I feel like she could easily look a little younger.
Tough shoes to fill here with Karen Allen.
Yeah. Emma Stone.
Nice. Yep. Sure.
She's a little older. She's 5 years older, but she can easily she's got the same kind of facial features.
Yep.
And I feel like she could very easily. Yeah. She's a talented actress, so I'm not that worried.
She could play anything, basically. I mean, she could probably read the phone book and you'd be like, oh, that's really good acting. I went with
too, which I love. I think that little list.
I went with the young girl there from the movie Blockers, Catherine Newton. She was kind of, I mean, she's not the lead. The lead is basically, Cena and but she's
I did watch the movie.
But something about her facial features that I was like, she could play that innocent kind of, character that Katie sort of was, but also was. Right. Yeah, I like.
You know who could also play her? Zoe Deutsch.
Oh yeah, mm-hmm. Sure.
I think she would also be played. That was she was my runner-up. Yep. She's younger too, so I think that would also fit. All right, let's get into Wormer. Let's do Wormer.
Okay. This is a big one.
So I originally, to give the ode to the classic, I wanted to put Jim Belushi in this role.
Yeah, I liked that.
I don't know if this is the right fit for him. But I do, because the thing is like Jim Belushi could have pulled it off. Jim Belushi has a good voice, but he doesn't have the same voice as Wormer. This is my problem with Wormer, is that his voice is just, he's got a great voice. Like you could see him
gravelly.
But you could see him doing like voiceover work for car commercials and all, like it has that like almost movie voice.
Yes.
So that's where I came and I was like, you know what? I need somebody with a commanding voice. The look doesn't need to be there. The same look. And I didn't even look at age because I know they're both old enough. And mine is Dennis Haysbert, the Allstate guy.
Pedro Serrano.
And he could be funny
Absolutely.
too. He could be funny in that as well. Because good. He was good in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
That's good.
He was there. He played.
That's good.
Yeah.
So we both did the same thing. We both started with a white guy and pivoted to a black guy. So I went originally, and I think you will like this, especially because I know how much you and I both have this movie in common that we love called The Nice Guys. I went with Russell Crowe at first.
Oh, I love The Nice Guys. That's a good, really good fit.
Like, I think it would have been good. I think Russell Crowe would have been a good Dean Wormer because he's also like older and heavier now, and he kind of looks the part of a Dean.
Oh,
to be
Nice
honest.
Guys. I love that movie.
But I wanted to really kind of go sideways with this.
That's a good pick.
And really go like a little bit outside the box. And I was like, and you know what? It's funny you brought up the voice, because you might not think of this when you think of this guy's voice. Because when you hear this guy's voice, it's certainly no Dennis Haysbert. Then again, who is? But when I heard him, I love the Key and Peele show. And I loved Jordan Peele's Barack Obama and the way he did that voice. And so I went with Jordan Peele as my Dean Wormer. Nice. I just like, and the comic chops that I think he would bring to that role.
Oh yeah.
But the thing about Jordan Peele, but the thing about Jordan Peele is he can play serious though too. Like he's got a range.
He can play serious, jokey.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got range, and I think he could be such a great Dean Wormer. So that was I like it. He was my pick.
That is a good one. I like that a lot. All right. Let's see where we're at here. Let's do Professor Jennings.
Oh, this one was easy for me.
It wasn't easy for me. I had a few picks, and then I ended up. So I had one. I went to two others, and then I was like, you know what? No, I do like them, but I don't love them. And then I went back to my original pick.
Yeah.
So I'll give you my runners up here. The runners up I had were James Franco and Danny McBride. So
Danny McBride would have been
so
funny.
Danny McBride's a little,
yeah, it wouldn't have fit.
He's not as chill.
Franco, yes.
Franco could do that.
Franco could definitely have done that.
He could play that role.
He could do it. He could.
But the guy I ended up going with, who I think could play this role almost perfectly, is Jason Siegel.
Oh, that is good. That is good. That's good. I went older. I went a little older because I don't even remember how old Donald Sutherland was when he actually played.
He couldn't have been that old. He looked like might have been 40. I don't know.
Yeah, but you know what I went with? Who? I went with Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, that's classic.
I did the homage. I went dad and son. I just thought he'd be, and I still think Kiefer Sutherland could probably pull off young enough to be in that role.
Yeah.
But I love Kiefer Sutherland, so I just would like to see him play his dad.
I like it. Okay, now let's get to my last one.
Okay.
Which is Mandy Pepperidge.
Okay.
And I had this being played by Sophie Turner.
Okay.
I like her. Yep. I think she can play it off. I think she has. I either wanted her to be Pepperidge or Babs.
Yep. Okay.
Either one, she could play either one. I had her there. I think she might be funnier as Babs.
Mm-hmm.
Because the comedic stuff between her and what's that guy's name?
Marmalade or
yeah, Marmalade. The stuff between them is kind of funny. I think she could have played that pretty well.
Yep. Okay. So I for that one I went Chloe Grace Moretz.
Oh, okay, that's good. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, come on. You can just throw blonde at it and it works. I mean, it doesn't. All right. So I will run down. So like I went 18 deep here on this cast.
Oh my God.
That's what she said.
I want to see who we got for Niedermeyer.
Okay. So let's see. We did Otter. We did Boone. We didn't do Blue. Oh no, we didn't do Bluto.
No, we haven't done Bluto yet. Well, you haven't finished.
What?
When you're done, when you're done doing all the rest of the cast.
Oh, we're gonna say okay.
We'll end with Bluto.
All right, so let me skip past Bluto. So for Flounder,
my Bluto, I love. By the way, this is like I was like, I was watching the movie again this weekend, and I was like, there's only one character that can play this guy, and I know it. I know it for a fact.
Okay. Yeah, I have a feeling we're gonna be very far off on our Blutos.
Yeah.
For Flounder, I think you might like this one, although he's definitely way too young. Hudson Yang from Fresh Off the Boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of a chunky kid, but not that chunky. But like I thought he'd be interesting. We did Katie, we did Jennings. Oh, Robert Hoover.
Yeah. You know who I wanted to, the kid that I thought of was Manny in Modern Family.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's who I thought of for him.
Okay.
But I didn't. I was like, I don't. He's a classic. There's so many. That's the problem. There's so many.
So for Robert Hoover, I went with David Mazouz from Gotham. He played Bruce Wayne. In Gotham.
For who?
Hoover. Robert Hoover.
Oh, okay.
Who was the president of Delta.
Yeah. Okay.
He kind of I just liked his look for that role.
Yeah.
So for Chip Diller. Now, Chip Diller was Kevin Bacon's character. I went with Tom Holland.
Okay. Please, sir, man, have another.
So Daniel Simpson, this might be my favorite pick because Daniel Simpson, you have no idea how old he is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just don't know. And just because of the look, I went with Adam Driver.
Oh, all right.
For Daniel Simpson. Because I can
Adam
picture
Driver
him.
would be a good Professor Jennings, too.
He probably would. Yes, he probably would be a great Professor Jennings. You're right.
I totally forgot about Adam Driver.
Tall and thin, just like...
And the poofy hair. And
yeah, the hair and everything. Yes, he probably would.
Throw a little weird
would
mustache on him.
Yeah. For Pinto, who was the freshman pledging Delta, I went with Finn Wolfhard, Stranger Things.
I don't know who that is.
Look him up.
I've never watched Stranger Things. I've watched the first episode. So
we did Dean Wormer. So for Babs, I went with Lily Reinhart. She was on the show Riverdale.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I know. I've seen him. Yeah.
So I even went Marion Wormer here on this.
Oh, wow.
And this is just because I just love older. Well, that's not older woman though, but I went with Rachel Weisz because I just love her, and why not?
Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
And plus, a love scene with her, and it'd just be cool. Anyways, all right. So then I even did Otis Day. You did, and I had John Boyega. About doing Otis Day. I went with John Boyega to play Otis Day. All right.
I was like thinking about Otis Day, and you know who I came up with? Chris Tucker. I was like, Chris Tucker could do that. He could have fun with that. Not quite the voice, but
so for Gregory Marmalade, I went with Chandler Riggs from The Walking Dead, and then last but not least, Stork. I did Marcus Scribner from Blackish, actually. Yeah, I like Marcus Scribner. He's a guy who looks older than he is too, a little bit. His voice is developed deeply. So that just brings us to Bluto. By the way, to be honest, I don't love my Bluto pick. I just don't. I'm not in love with it.
You don't?
No, I don't. I'm probably gonna like yours better.
Then what? Give me yours. Give me yours. Who's your Bluto?
I struggled with this
because if yours is mine, then I'm gonna be like, oh, that's too bad.
No, I'm sure it's not gonna. I highly doubt it. So I went with just because he could play in comedy roles. He actually might need to lose a little weight. Whoa! Because he's a big kid. Julian Dennison from Deadpool 2.
Oh, okay.
He's the guy who played the.
He's young too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's young. He's young, but I kind of felt like if he could just drop a few pounds, put a little 5 o'clock shadow on, he's
only 18.
Yeah, he's young. He's a big kid.
He looks like
too.
a baby.
I know he does have that like a little bit of a baby face, but because Bluto obviously looked like he was 40.
Yeah. So and he was 29.
So like I said, I don't love the pick, but I could see him doing it.
All right, here's mine. You need somebody with a crazy personality. You need somebody who can do comedy. You need somebody who can be kind of a serious and get away with it.
Sure.
You need that person because everybody kind of knew John Belushi was a little bit tapped in the head. In a good way, in a bad way, both, right?
Sure.
And then also on top of that, John Belushi was dead sober for this whole movie. He went on a bit of a bender after the fact, but dead sober during the whole filming of this movie. I think you have an actor here that could actually do this. He's a little bit older, 5 years older.
Okay.
But similar. I think he might be almost too big of an actor, but he's crazy. That's Shia LaBeouf. I could see him going and be like, right into the guy's faces. I could see him like chugging a bottle of whiskey and throwing it, and
he would have to pack on some pounds.
A little bit. He could easily do that. He could easily
I'm sure he
put
could.
on a little weight, and
he
didn't even have to put on that much weight. He just needs to kind of like fluff up a little bit, And
I like it.
I think he could be, and he's a talented actor, very talented actor.
Yes,
and I think that he's done comedy stuff in the past. I think he could very easily fit that role.
I like that. I like that.
First person that popped into my mind, and I was like, I don't know who the hell I'm gonna pick, because like Chris Farley's dead, like that would be an obvious.
And even if he wasn't, he'd still
be too old now. But like he would have been an obvious pick. But like, who do you pick? And that's the first person that came to my mind. As soon as I like started watching him and like his.
No, it's good.
And I was like, I could see Shia LaBeouf doing that in a restaurant.
I like it. Yeah. He's definitely got the right amount of crazy in him.
Yeah. You need it.
Yeah, it's good. No, I like that. I like that.
That was fun. I like doing the recast.
It's a hard. It is fun. It's hard.
We got to come up with another movie for a recast though, because we don't have one in here.
Okay.
What are we gonna do? I'd like to. If anybody's watching, I'd like to know.
Live. Yeah, how about some feedback of a movie to can I do like see, it's so, the problem is it just comes down to two characters, and because I've always dreamed of this.
What?
Because I've always wanted to see Tango and Cash redone, but I want it with John Cena and The Rock.
As Tango and Cash. You talked about that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like that is just like I still keep thinking to myself, how has this not happened already? But then I would also have Stallone and Kurt Russell as the villains.
Okay, that's clever.
So there it is. I've just recast.
I have like movie posters around and stuff like that, but like I don't know what movies we should do. There's another one. We'll put it out to the people listening. I guess for now, and hopefully we don't get it today. But we also have. I put in a recast a movie a little while ago. I think between our last show and today. Recast a movie. White Men Can't Jump.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I have that one in there, but we need one more. I need one more for right here. So if you come up with one, let me know. We can always... we have a bunch of things on here. We can easily erase one if you guys come up with a good topic.
I hate getting sacrilegious with Harrison Ford, but I mean, what about Raiders? I don't want to do it.
Yeah, no,
I don't want to do it.
That's because it's not easy, but it's like it's one of those things that like not yet.
I don't like forcing myself into recasting Harrison Ford, especially as Indiana Jones, which is just not.
It's tough right now because it's like it's the side characters are tough. Like you have the main.
Plus, it just seems like Chris Pratt is just like the easiest answer.
Oh, there's a couple of guys that you can put in there.
Yeah, there are.
There's a couple.
Nobody I'd feel comfortable with. I mean, Chris Pratt is about the closest I'd feel comfortable with.
All right.
I don't want to see anybody else wearing that fedora. I just don't.
Well, you will eventually if the next one.
I know. Oh, I know. Of course we will. I'll have to accept it, but yeah, I don't know. I gotta think.
Let's kick on the. We got time to spin that wheel for our next.
Okay, it's gonna land on that empty slot.
And then we'll have to whatever we recommend.
Yeah, sure.
The Wheel of Destiny. All right, here we go. Wheel of Destiny. That's not on the. There we go. Let's get this in the frame here. Got my light in the background. All right, here we go. You ready?
No, sure.